Hi friends, in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple age calculator using Python Kivy. For example now let me run this program now. It says welcome to age calculator Kivy. It says enter year of birth and it says enter the current year. It's going to leave it as 2022. Whenever we reach any year, if we are in 2023, 2024, 2025, it's going to be updating 2024, 2025. So now let's enter our year of birth. Let me put 1990. Then it says enter the current year. The current year is default. So once we click on calculate, it says you are 32 years old. So that's what we are going to be working on today. So let's get started. Hi friends, please if you are new to this YouTube channel, please do not forget to support me on PayPal. The link is at the description below, and please do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video. So let's get started right away. So now in our first step is to import the Kivy properties. To do so now, we are going to write from Kivy dot app, then import app. Then the second thing we are going to do is from Kivy dot properties, then import string property. Then our third move is to um, import from Kivy dot lang dot builder, then import builder. Then our next step is to import our screen manager, which is from Kivy dot uix dot screen manager. Import screen and also our screen manager and screen manager. And our last thing to import is import from date time, import date. So that's all for our first step. Our second step now is to create the class, the app class. I'm going to write class, then age, bracket app. Then under here, I'm going to create a build function, build stuff. Then under here, I'm going to write screen equal to builder dot load string, then screen manager, screen manager, then import return, sorry, return screen. So now after that now we are going to create our sm equal to screen manager. Then under that I'm going to write sm dot add widget. Then I'm going to write um main screen bracket name is going to be equal to main. And what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to come over here and write age bracket run. I'll come over right over here at the top of the screen. I'm supposed to create a class which is class main screen. Then I'll write pass. Then also I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come over here, run. I forgot to do something here. Write this like this. I'm going to come over here and create a Kivy. So now, for now, like this, let's stop at this step. This is our second step. We just created the class and the screen manager stuff. So let's move on to creating our KV file. To create our KV file, I'm going to come over here and write screen manager equal to. So now in this next step, I'm going to add our label, our other labels and text input. So to do that, I'm going to write here, come over here, write label is going to be text, which is I'm going to write enter the year of birth, and our position and size. I'll just copy this right over here and change the figures. So the position, the x position is going to be 0.3 and the y position is going to be 0.705, and our this thing still remain, our font size still remain the same. So let's run it now and see. You can see it says enter the year of birth. So let's go on to add on the other things too. The next thing I'm going to add is the text input for this, and I'm going to write here, come over here and write um text input, text input. Yeah. And under this text input, I'm going to create an ID which I'll call birth here, birth here. And under this, I'm going to give it size underscore hint. The size is going to be, the x is going to be 0.3 in size and the y is going to be 0.05. So our position underscore hint, I will just um copy it and paste it here. Let's clear this font size. Position underscore hint, I will change the x to 0.62 and the y is going to be 0.705. And the last thing we are going to do is to write the text. Um, the text is going to be root dot um, the text is going to be root dot birth year. The next step now, or in our next step now, let's run it now and see the result. It's giving an error, yes, because we haven't. Let's clear this root right over here. So let's run it now and see. It says enter the year of birth. You can see we have our text input size. So let's go on and add the other things. So now in this next step, we are going to work on our other one, which is the current year and also the text input for that. And to do that, I'll just copy this and paste it right over here. I'll just copy this and paste it right over here. The only thing I'll do is to change the text and the position. This time is enter the current year. I'm going to write enter the uh, current year, and also under that I'm going to write x is going to be 0.3, the y is going to be 0.605, and our size still remain the same. And also the text input, instead of this one to be the id, should be current year, and the sized underscore hint should be also be the same. The position, I'll just change the y axis to, so let's see our script now. Let's see how it looks like. So you see now it says enter the year of birth, enter the current year. So now the last thing to do is to add our button here and our label here, which is going to tell us the our age, our current age. So let's work on that right now. To do that, we are going to come over here and okay, the button. We are going to come over here and write button. Button is going to be um under this button. I'm going to write text. Is going to be calculate, and under that I'm going to give it size underscore hint. Is going to be on the x position I'm going to give it 30%, and on the y position I'm going to give it 10%. And also position underscore hint is going to be I'm going to give it like this. And let me copy this position rather than wasting time. I'll copy the position here and I'll paste it right over here. Our position underscore hint is showing right here. Our position, let's just change it. It's going to be 0.47 and 0.505. This time it's going to be 5 here, and we are going to do something here. When we press the button on press, I won't do anything. Let me just skip that. So now the final thing that we are going to do, let's run this script and see how it looks like. So here it looks, everything is looking okay. The last thing we are going to do is to tell us our age whenever we click on calculate. So to put those things in place, so I'm going to write the first thing I'm going to do now. Let me copy this label stuff here, and I'm going to show you something. So right over here, I'm going to copy this and paste it here. And right over here, when I paste it here, the text I'm going to write, the first text is going to be you you are. Then the position underscore hint is going to be 0.47, and the y is going to be 3 three five five here, and our font is going to remain the same. Let's run it and see. So now we run it, you say we are going to put our age here right over this side here, and our what is going to tell us you are whatever years old here. So let's work on that now. So I'll copy this now to save time. So under here I'm going to write label you are. Under this label here, this second label here, I'm going to write id is going to be, I will leave it like this. ID is going to be age. You are, instead of this thing, I'm going to make this empty here, the text here empty for now. So our position, the x should remain the same. The only thing that changes the y, which is 0.255, and our font size remain the same. So In this step now, the final thing we are going to do now is to put our last um this thing label, and under this we are going to write years old. Years old. I'm going to put my exclamation mark, and under here I'm going to change it. Change the only thing I'll change is y axis, which is 0.155 this thing. So our position, the size remain the same. So let's run it now and see for ourselves now. Now we have done something here. We have been able to create our interface, and everything is looking perfectly. But the remaining thing, the last thing remaining is for us to enable this calculator to be working properly. So how do we do that? So let's work on that right now. So in this our next step now, we are going to make this age calculator work. So to do that now, we are going to come over to our main screen class here. All we are going to do now, we are going to start doing the most important things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable which is number is going to be I'm just going to the first thing I'm going to do is to write final age is going to be equal to string property. Then I'm going to write um first of all, sorry, I'm supposed to create a variable number going to be equal to 0, and under this string property, under this place, I'm going to write number here. I'm going to pass this variable here, which is number. Then under that, I'm going to write current year is going to be equal to date dot today dot year. This is what I'm telling you. We just don't want our calculator just for us to let me run the program here for you. Here, right over here, what we want to do is that we want to get the current age to the current year, our current year right over here by using by importing this our date time from date time import date. We want to get our current year, our present year we are in. If we are in 2023, 2024, 2030, it's going to be updating it by counting our dates, our current date, current date. So that's what it means for current year. So our next step now is to now create a our next step now. But first of all, I'm going to connect this the IDS here, this current year and final age with our KV file. The final age, let's go to where it says final age in our I mean in our label. I'm going to write final age. So here, after writing our final age, we are going to make sure we try and link it up here. Um, we are going to try and make sure we link you are the text we are going to write root str bracket, then root dot final age. This is what we are talking of here. We are connecting this final age here, and also let's connect the current year too. We are going to connect this current year here. I'm going to write str bracket, then root dot, what's the name, let me get the name correctly, current year, root dot current year. year. So let's run it now and see it for ourselves now. Now you can see right over here is updating it 2022 as our current year now. I did not write anything. I did not try and write 2022 right here. I'll come and try to put 2022 as our current year. It just got the exact time and the exact date of what our exact date, our current date, our current year. I did not just write 2022 here, just the system was this date module helped me to do so. So let's continue with the other steps now. So now in this step now, um what we are going to do here is that, okay, what happened now? Let me run this program now. So now when we've written our whatever year we've written, maybe 1999, we were born 1999, I'll click calculate now. Now the next thing for us to do now is to calculate our year. And how are we going to do that? So let's get started for that. So now in our final step now, what we are going to do now is that I'm going to create a function which is def calculate, then self. Let me put pass here. So now what I want to do now, let me connect the button on press. When we press the button, we are going to write root dot calculate. So after that, we are going to come over here and impute whatever we want to do now as our function here. What we are going to do here is that we are going to write try. We are going to write birth. We are going to write birth equal to self dot ids dot um birth year dot text. What it means that whatever we impute in our this thing, whatever we impute in our birth here, right over this side here, is going to get it is going to get the value here. Whatever we impute here is going to get the value we impute here. Self.ids.text. Then our next step is to our birth here. Why is it showing error? Let me check something. Birth year is correct. Birth year dot text. Self.ids.birth year dot text. So in our next step, we are going to write current year is going to be equal to um, self dot ids dot text dot current year. So I think the issue is the okay ids dot text. I think no. Let me redo. Let me just write current here. I think we are correct. There's no any error here. Current here is going to be self dot ids dot birth here dot current here dot text. now what we are going to do now is to calculate to get the difference between the birth year and the current year. And to do that, we are going to write create a variable which is called final age is going to be equal to, I'm going to write integer bracket um, current year. We are going to subtract our current year from, we are going to subtract our birth year from our current year. So we are going to write current year minus integer, then birth, then birth. Let's write birth year so it makes sense. Birth year. Then under this side, I'm going to write then what I'm going to write is self. So after doing that, now we want to make sure that after we calculate our final age, we want to make sure that we display our final age on our label. We want to make sure we display our age, and to do that, we are going to write self dot ids dot age, this side here, this ids here. I'm going to write is final age. So I'm going to write final age, final age dot text is going to be equal to str, then final age. We are going to make convert it to string, and we are going to make it final. We are going to convert this. What we are going to do is that our text, this our IDS, this the location, this our IDS for our label. We are going to make it equal to this final age, but in string property kind of way, so that it is Kivy string property kind of way of doing it, just to display it as a TV text, as a label text. That's what we are doing here. So now after that, now we are going to create a condition. Now I'm going to write except, because this error keeps showing, except value error. That means if we write any kind of anything that doesn't make sense on our when we are writing it, we go and put letters instead of numbers, then pass. We just ignore. We don't mind anything that goes on. We just ignore the error and go on with it. So here, right over here, I want to create a condition that if final age is less than zero, let me write it. I'm going to create a condition if final age, this variable here, if is less than zero, what we are going to do is that I'm going to display it. I'm going to explain what I mean here. Self dot ids dot final um age dot text. Then I'm going to write equal to str, and I'm going to write invalid. What I mean here is that um if our age, you can't tell me that you are less than, you are minus 1 years old. What it means that any age that is less than zero, it's going to give you invalid, because how can you tell me that you are minus 1 years old, 1 years old, or minus 100 years old? It doesn't make sense actually. So we are going to make sure we display invalid to the person. So I think that's all for this quiz. Let's run it now and see the final result. So we run it now, and it's running. It says enter the year of birth. I'm going to put 1999. Let's calculate. It says you are 23 years old. Now it's working. Let's say you are, how old are you? Your year of birth is 1000 years and your current year is 2022. The current year is 2022. You are going to say you are 1022 years old, or you say you are born in 1930. You are going to say you are 92 years old, or you are born in 1974. It's going to say you are 48 years old. So let's check now. Maybe let's write anything that doesn't make sense and see what is going to happen. It's just going to ignore the error because under here we make sure that except value error, we just pass and ignore the error. So let's write something here. Let's write, for example, 10,000 years. Your year of birth is 10,000 years. It's going to write invalid. You are invalid years old because you, it's less than zero. If we subtract this from, if we try to subtract the per year of birth from current year, it's going to give minus something. So we make sure we display it as invalid. So I think that's all for this tutorial. So thanks for watching and see you in my next video. Hi friends, please, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit the like button, and also please don't forget to share this video and subscribe to my channel right now. And please do not forget to support me on PayPal. The link is at the description below. So thanks for watching and see you in my next video.